What if I told you that the most powerful superfood on the planet is something that I can almost guarantee that you're not consuming? Beef organs. Our ancestors ate these daily, and most of us ignore them now altogether, but why is that? Organ meats like this, or as many call it, nature's multivitamin, are making a huge comeback, and now they're more accessible than ever thanks to supplements just like this. No more gross smells, no more gross textures, no more gross tastes, just a few simple capsules per day, and that's it. Today I'm going to break down what beef organ supplements are, the science-backed benefits, and my own personal experience after taking them over the past 2 months. So let's get into it. For thousands of years, organ meats were the most prized part of the animal. Hunters would eat these organs first because they knew that these were the most nutrient-dense parts of the animal. Fast forward to today, most of us eat boneless, skinless chicken breasts, but organs have completely disappeared from our diet. Now the problem with that is that we're missing out on some of the richest, cleanest sources of vitamins and minerals that humans can get. Let's quickly take a look at what nutrients these organs bring to the table. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to be, so this is going to be a basic overview of the nutrients without getting way too in depth. When it comes to liver, that's packed with vitamin A, B12, folate, iron, copper. This one's a nutritional powerhouse. Heart is rich in CoQ10, which supports energy and heart health. Kidney is high in vitamins B and contains an enzyme that breaks down histamine, which fights seasonal allergies. Spleen is one of the best sources of natural bioavailable iron, which is great for energy as well, and immune support. And lastly, pancreas, which provides an enzyme that helps with digestion and nutrient absorption. So what actually happens when you take organ supplements like this regularly? Well, here's the biggest benefits that I've directly felt over the past 2 months. The first one's gonna be boosted energy. Now this one's interesting because it's not like a caffeine energy. There's no jitters, there's no crash. It's not gonna get you like super hyped up. But something that I have definitely noticed is if I take this supplement in the evening or with dinner, it kind of like keeps me up at night, like takes me a little bit longer to fall asleep. I have a little bit of trouble falling asleep. Versus when I take this in the morning or with lunch, I can just kind of feel that constant steady energy throughout the day. The second one's gonna be mental clarity. So this is probably the biggest benefit that I've directly felt. I feel super sharp, I feel focused. I don't feel that like brain fog or kind of like I'm just lagging along during the day. When I don't take the supplement too, I can definitely notice the difference. Number 3 is gonna be a stronger immune system. So this one's tough to directly relate, but I do have 2 young kids at home and we've had a bunch of different sicknesses in the past 2 months go through the house and I've pretty much been able to avoid them all. So I know that that's kind of one of the benefits that a lot of people talk about. Tough to directly relate it, but I would say that it's working. And then number 4 is gonna be the kind of catch-all. So better digestion, better gut health, better hair, better skin, better nails. In short, I just feel like I'm healthier overall when I take this. So I know that the reasoning behind that is because it fills the nutritional gaps that I had before. And I don't want to say that this is like a magic pill, like you're not going to take this and feel like Superman, but I definitely feel healthier overall and it definitely feels more effective than like a synthetic lab created multivitamin because it is actual food. It's not something created in a chemical lab. Now it is worth noting that I was sent this bottle at no cost. This was like a trial bottle from MK Supplements. So I've used it for 60 days. I've really felt the benefits. I'm gonna be purchasing more for myself because I do believe in this product. If you wanna check them out any further, or if you wanna purchase a bottle for yourself, I'll post a discount link below. This will get you a discount. This will help support the channel, so it's a win-win for everyone, and it won't cost you anything additional. All right, so at this point, you're probably doing the math. You're comparing the price of raw organs versus this supplement right here, and you're wondering, why don't I just cook liver and call it a day? Well, if you've ever cooked organs, you know that the taste isn't exactly great. And for most people, myself included, the flavor, smell, and texture, they're just gonna be deal breakers. But that's exactly why supplements like this exist. They're freeze-dried to lock in nutrients, they're ground into capsules, they make it super easy to get all the benefits without having to cook, taste, or smell the organ meat, which really isn't that appealing. And on top of that, when you put it into pill form like this, you actually retain more of the nutrients than you do when you cook it because of the temperature and the way that it's processed. On top of that, something I really like is how accessible this is when you travel. This has a good shelf life so you can bring it with you. This honestly makes it so that you can consume these organs without ever really knowing you're consuming organs, which is probably the only way that I'll ever do it, because for me, taste, smell, and texture are absolute deal breakers. When speaking about the price, organ supplements are not cheap. So if you're gonna invest in them, quality definitely matters, and not all supplements are created equal. Here's what you're gonna wanna look for if you do decide that you wanna spend money on a supplement just like this. The first thing is gonna be grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised animals. Now this is important because a healthy animal is gonna produce the best nutrients. The second is freeze-dried, not heat-dried or any other method for that matter. This will make sure the nutrients are preserved properly and that you'll get the most bang for your buck. The next thing to look for is clean sourcing. Location really matters. You want a location that has green pastures year-round so that you know the animals are eating what they should be. Next is gonna be a glass bottle. So not only is this eco-friendly, but everything is wrapped in plastic nowadays, so if you can avoid it in any way, avoid it. And lastly is gonna be the serving size per bottle. So that's something I really like about these guys here. There's 45 servings in this versus 30, and they're pretty comparable in price to the other options, so you're just getting more for your money. If you're brand new to taking a supplement like this, here's a few beginner tips that I would recommend. The first one's gonna be begin at a lower dose. You don't need to go right to the full dose right away. Start small and work your way up. See how your body responds and then adjust based off of that. Now the second tip is gonna be that it's best taken with food, and take it in the morning. That'll be best to absorb all the nutrients, and it also will help to not keep you up at night, like I mentioned earlier in this video. So to wrap this all up, at the end of the day, beef organ supplements are nature's multivitamin. They're packed with the nutrients that most of us are missing, and they're gonna help a lot of us feel better. Now, are they for everyone? Not necessarily. Anytime you start something new, I'd recommend you speak with your doctor first, but for most people, they can be a really powerful way to get that added nutrition without having to change your whole diet around. Now, if you found this helpful, I appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button so you can continue to follow along. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.